Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today is a Red Day recap, but we were so close. And yeah, I hope you enjoy today's video. I hope you learned something from it. Thank you all for stopping by. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's really appreciated. And yeah, let's get into today's recap. So just to show you straight away, we're only down $5.66. This is before commissions. I think after commissions at about we basically took 6 executions, so roughly about $6. So just below $12 today. Not the worst, and we were so close to having a really good profitable day, and as you can probably see here. But we will talk a bit further about it. So this morning, when we was looking at sort of the gap scanner, there wasn't really too much. We had BOXL was on the scanner, a bit lower down, but it just sort of gapped up a little bit. It was about an 8% gap. It made a bit of a move out of the gates, which I missed. A few of the stocks made a move out of the gates. Just missed that because I was keeping an eye on KNDI. But so BOXL was one. There was Craig. There was another one, sort of a lower price one. That was making some moves pre-market, but once again, you see here, it sort of gapped up here, but nothing really happened on it. And to be honest, I don't really like these sort of stocks, so I wasn't really paying too much attention to that. And the other one sort of was keeping an eye on was Zizan. Zizan's made some moves today. You see it's gapping up from sort of the 228 mark to about 270 pre-market. It sort of sold off quite a lot, but then as the market opened, Zizan was the other one that made a big move up here. Once again, sort of missed that entry, because the thing I find difficult is when I've got 1, 2, 3 stocks on watch, and I only really watch 2, as you can tell. I've got 2 level 2s here, and I've got a chart that sort of keeps an eye on 2 stocks, so it's really hard. So I do have to kind of pick and choose. So these 2 made big moves out of the gate, so we could have easily got in for the break of the pre-market high, which was here. And sold it into the pop on both this and BOXL. And apart from that, that was pretty much it. It was nothing too exciting. But the move and the stock that we traded today was KNDI. KNDI, as you saw in my recap yesterday, I didn't trade it, but it made a move yesterday. So it was definitely one to keep an eye on, continuation from yesterday. And it held its move pretty well. I think we'll show you here. If you see yesterday it gapped up, made a big move up to the 885, sold off quite a lot towards the end of the day, but then since after hours it's sort of made its way back up to the 860, so only 20 cents off high of the yesterday's gains. So where's my little epic pen? Let's get this epic pen out. So a really key indication when we're looking at pre-market is to look at sort of the pre-market high. So if we see here, let's zoom in here a bit more on pre-market. So pretty much the pre-market high, as you see, was here around that 864, and then you got around here at 860. So basically, when the market opened, I was looking at this for a break of 860 to go up, and when the market opened, it pulled back a lot. It popped up a little bit. I was thinking about a washout long. That was my other entry, but because the volume was so low pre-market, I wasn't sure. And then it made this big washout. Once again, I was thinking about it because it's made such a big washout. 860 down to 832. Hindsight, looking at it, you're thinking, yeah, washouts on decent stocks like this, they can work. Probably should have made my entry because we would have got an amazing return, as you see here. And then it's hard to do in real time. That's the main thing. It looks very easy here, it looks very easy explaining it all, but it's hard to do in real time. So then when this will start to come up again, I should have sort of punched the entry for 860. For whatever reason I didn't, and then this just shot up, so there's no real entry here. You got a 1 minute, there's not even a pullback, it's sort of just surged up, and then the next candle surged up again. So when we got this pullback, I was definitely looking for my entry. I was just seeing how this wasn't it didn't flush down, it was sort of just grinding down, so I was keeping an eye on it, and then it grind down a bit more, and then the level 2 started to look a lot better, so sort of started seeing a bit of green, so I got in, and as you see here, my stop would have been around the 872. I look at my history, I got in at 877, got in at 877. It popped all the way up to a high of 889, and so we're up a decent 10-11 cents there. It was just holding. I thought, is it going to break? It just held there for maybe, this was probably about 20 seconds. I was just holding, and I kind of, for whatever reason now, I didn't like what it was doing, and this was my mistake, definitely. And this is the key thing to take from this was, if this was to sell off, I should have sold it then. But it didn't sell off. It just wasn't moving. So I think I was kind of trying to book a little profit, and this was like a 6-cent move. As you see, as soon as I sold it, this whole candle is a 30-cent roughly candle. It made that high of 908. So from our entry, of 877 to 908, that's a 31 cent move. I could have probably captured 20 cents of that. So this was the learning point from today, and this is the learning point to take away from this video, is that we get in our entry here. Yes, we didn't like it, but we could have sold. We could have sold down here. We could have let it ride a bit more. We've got a little bit of cushion, or we're up 6 cents. If it gets down back to 872, let's say it starts to get down to this area, we could have just sold it for a very, very small loss, a $5 loss. So not sure why I didn't hold it. That's definitely the learning, and that's the beauty of this. I think day trading is like this ultimate puzzle, and you can learn the big parts of the puzzle, but what makes you, and that's the easy thing, learning what the charts are, certain strategies and everything, but it's really putting all them very, very small pieces together that makes you the winning trader. And this is one small piece. And this is where, just simple, I had a tiny bit of cushion to hold it a bit longer. I could have let it, I could have let it see what it does. If it pulled back down, to 872, that's my 872. That should have been my stop. But no, it flew up. I could have gained 20 cents, and then it went up another, up to 920. So there's another 12 cents there. So a big 40-cent move that sadly I missed out on. Nevertheless, that was a winning trade. We made about 6 cents on that, so feeling quite good. We get the higher day of 920. We get this, and I didn't really like this candle, but it wasn't the worst. The candles we hate the most are sort of, if you look at these bigger candles, we got a big wick at the top, and then the little body, sort of like it was basically a doji candle. But this way, we got the selling pressure coming down, we got the buying pressure coming up. It's sort of indecisive. We didn't get the big washout, and then when I thought on this trade, I thought yesterday the washouts were kind of working on this stock, so that gave me a bit of confidence to take this trade. We had the bottom of this candle here, which is around the 892. So that's where I got in for my second trade. Yeah, we got in. I actually got in not the best field, because it popped down and it popped right back up. But 898. We got in, and as you see, it did pop up to a high of just I think it was about 902. So we was up about 5 cents, but sadly it never made the pop back up. And once again, I sold it just as it started to drop below that 92 mark. And is it 92? Yeah, about 94. And I sold it at 93. So really tight stop. Really happy with that. This one, I don't really mind exactly how I've played this one. As you see, stocks do travel in waves. So we have this down, we would have this up. This is a big down, and then it can come up again. I'm happy with this stock in terms of I just cut my losses so quick. I basically lost 4 cents, I lost 4 cents on it. So I gained 5 or 6 cents on the first one, lost 4 cents. So really, really really happy with how quick I cut that loss, and that's the main thing, so I don't get them big red days. But you know, it shows strength. It popped back up. Once again, we get the big washout. When we got this big washout, it was my same reasoning again. We're showing a little bit of support here, off here, so sort of these candles here, around the 880 mark. I've got in at basically 880. Sorry, yeah, it's around the 880 mark. As you see, I got in around 818.8, and as it started to come down to that mark, I just sold it. So cut it off really quick. And yeah, so that was basically all she wrote for today. So I guess the learning points from today was, in this situation, we should have let it ride. We should let it go a bit more. You know, we've got our entry, we've got a tiny bit of cushion. If it pops down, we sell it. Otherwise, we see if it pops back up. It was a 1 minute candle. This could have broke this candle and then zoomed up. You know, we see that, especially on the front side of the moves, as we do here. And yeah, and then on these two, really happy that we cut the losses really quick, and that's the main thing. So really positives. In fact, I've learned something. We'll learn something new for today, and that's the main thing. And we cut the losses very quick. As you see, it flushed all the way down, but now it's coming all the way back to the high of day as I'm making this recap. But I'm not going to trade it. It's 10:30 now, and it's still a little bit off of high of day, but it's certainly making some strong moves. And that's it. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe again to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll be back tomorrow. And take care. Bye bye.